Most candidates say, I'm learning GenAI. But when I ask them what skills are companies actually asking for, they become silent. And this is the exact reason many candidates prepare for months, watch many videos, complete many courses, but still do not get shortlisted because they are preparing randomly. They are learning topics, but they are not preparing according to the job role. In today's video, I'll show you the actual skills required for a generative AI engineer role based on analyzed jobs inside Career OS. Once you see this, your preparation will become much more clear. Look at the screen carefully. This is the career compass inside Career OS. Here, the target role is generative AI engineer. Career OS has analyzed 71 jobs for this role. It found 30 important skills, and the top skill is Python. Now, many candidates will look at this and say, okay, sir, Python seekhna hai, but that is the only first layer. Look at the other skills. We can see Python, prompt engineering, TensorFlow, PyTorch, communication skills, SQL, generative AI, LangChain, large language models, Docker, machine learning, vector databases, Kubernetes, MLOps, MLflow, CI/CD pipelines, collaboration, analytical skills, automation, attention to detail, Terraform, pandas, deep learning, problem solving, observability, documentation, data analysis, API integration, and Java. So the real picture is very clear. Companies are not looking for person who only say I know ChatGPT. They are looking for someone who can understand AI workflows, data, APIs, models, prompts, deployments, and business use cases. Now think honestly, if you're preparing for GenAI jobs, what are you doing right now? Maybe you're watching random YouTube videos. Maybe you are learning Python from one place, prompt engineering from another place, machine learning from another place, LangChain from another place. But the problem is this: you do not know whether your preparation is matching the job market or not. And this creates three big problems. First, your resume does not match the job description. Second, your interview answers sound incomplete. Third, you lose confidence because you feel I'm learning so much, but still I'm not ready. This is not because you're weak. This is because your preparation is not structured. आप मेहनत कर रहे हो, but direction clear नहीं है. And when direction is not clear, even hard work starts feeling confusing. The hidden reason is simple. GenAI preparation is not only about learning tools, it is about preparing for the complete role. For example, if you only say, I know Python, that is good, but it is not enough. If you say, I use Python to process documents, create embeddings, store them in a vector database, retrieve relevant information, send it to an LLM, and generate an answer using prompt engineering. Now, this sounds much more stronger because now you are not just naming a skill, you are showing how that skill is used in a real GenAI system. This is what companies want. They want proof, they want clarity, they want someone who can connect skills and explain them properly. Now, let us understand these skills in simple language. What is Python? Python is a base language. Most AI and Gen AI workflows use Python because it is simple and powerful. If you want to become a Gen AI engineer, Python is your foundation. You should know how to write functions, handle files, use APIs, process data, and work with libraries. Second is prompt engineering. So, prompt engineering means giving clear instructions to AI. It is not just typing questions into ChatGPT. It means designing prompts in a way that the AI gives useful, structured, and reliable output. For example, instead of saying, write about my resume, the better prompt is, Analyze this resume for a generative AI engineer role, find missing skills, weak project descriptions, and suggest improvements. That is prompt engineering. The next is TensorFlow and PyTorch. So, TensorFlow and PyTorch are used for machine learning and deep learning. You may not train large models every day in every job, but understanding these tools help you understand how AI model works. It also helps you speak confidently in technical interviews. The next is SQL. SQL is used to work with databases. AI systems need data. If you do not know how to fetch, filter, and understand data, your AI knowledge remains incomplete. A GenAI engineer should understand how data is stored and retrieved. The next is generative AI. So, generative AI means systems that can generate text, answers, summaries, images, code, or other outputs. For job interviews, you should be able to explain where GenAI is useful and where it can fail. The next is LangChain. LangChain helps connect LLMs with documents, APIs, databases, tools, and memory. In simple words, LangChain helps you build applications on top of LLMs. For example, a chatbot that answers questions from company documents can be built using LangChain. The next is large language models. LLMs are models that understand and generate language. Examples are GPT style models. But for interviews, do not only say LLM is a large language model. Explain how it is used. For example, we use LLMs to understand user questions, generate answers, summarize documents, classify text, or assist in automation. The next is Docker. So Docker helps package your application. Suppose your GenAI app works on your laptop, but when the company runs it on another server, it should also work there. Docker helps with that. The next is vector databases. Vector databases are very important in GenAI systems. They help in semantic search. For example, if a user asks a question from a large document, the system first searches the most relevant document chunks using vectors. Then those chunks are given to the LLM. This is very common in RAG systems. RAG means retrieval augmented generation. The next part is MLOps, CI/CD pipelines, Kubernetes, and observability. So these skills are used when company wants to run AI applications in production. Production means real users are using the system. Then the company cares about monitoring, deployment, errors, performance, cost, and reliability. So a senior Gen AI engineer, or let's say a serious Gen AI engineer, should at least understand these concepts. You do not need to become expert in everything on day one, but you should know what each skill means and how it connects to the role. Now let me show you how Career OS help you prepare in a structured way. First, you create your profile. Then Career OS understands your target role. Here the target role is generative AI engineer. Then it shows your career compass. You can see analyzed jobs used 71, skills found 30, top skills Python. This means Career OS is not giving you random advice. It is helping you see what the job market is demanding. Now, when I see these skills, I can create a preparation plan. For example, I'll do day one Python basics for GenAI, day two, I'll do prompt engineering, day three, I'll do SQL for AI data workflows, day four, I'll do LangChain basics, day five, I can do LLM application workflow, day six, we can do vector database concept, day seven, we can implement the mini project explanation. So, this is how random preparation becomes structured preparation. And this is very important because a candidate who prepares randomly says, Sir, I'm learning AI, But a candidate who prepares with Career Compass says, Sir, I'm preparing for a generative AI engineer role. I have identified the top skills and I'm building projects around them. This sounds more serious. This sounds more job ready. Let us compare. A wrong way could be I'm learning Python, I'm watching GenAI videos, I have added AI in my resume, I will apply to jobs and see what happens. This is random preparation. The right way is my target role is generative AI engineer. I analyze the required skills. My top focus areas are Python, prompt engineering, LangChain, LLMs, SQL, vector databases, Docker, and API integration. I'm building one project that connects all these skills. I'm preparing interview answers based on that project. This is role wise preparation. And interviews reward role wise preparation because role wise preparation gives you clarity and clarity gives you confidence. Now, let me give you a simple example. Suppose the interviewer asks, what skills are important for a generative AI engineer? A weak answer would be Python, AI, machine learning, and chat GPT are important. This answer is not wrong, but it is too general. A stronger answer would be for a generative AI engineer role, Python is the base skill because most AI workflows are built using Python. Along with that, prompt engineering is important for controlling model output. LLM understanding is required to use models properly. LangChain helps connect LLMs with documents, APIs, and tools. SQL and vector databases help in retrieving relevant data. Docker, CI/CD pipelines, and MLOps help in deploying and maintaining the application in production. So, the role is not only about using AI, but about building complete AI powered workflows. This answer sounds much better. Why? Because it connects skills with real work. That is what you have to practice. Now, your task for today is very simple. Do not try to learn all 30 skills today. That will only create pressure. Today, do this one task. Open Career OS, select your target role as generative AI engineer, open this career compass, and write down what missing skills you have. Then choose only one skill, for example, Python, or prompt engineering, generate interview questions for that skill, write answers in your own words, and then speak those answers aloud. Because interview preparation is not only reading, interview preparation is speaking, explaining, and improving. आज का काम सिंपल है वन रोल टॉप फाइव स्किल्स वन स्किल प्रिपरेशन वन स्पोकन आंसर दैट इज एनफ फॉर टुडे Small daily actions create big interview confidence. If you're serious about Gen AI, or technology role, start your preparation on Career OS. Register on Career OS, use your free credit, create your career profile, check your career compass, generate your roadmap, analyze your resume, generate interview questions, and continue your daily preparation. If you want structured guidance, the Talent Grid also has an interview preparation program. In this program, we help you with resume improvement, skill gap planning, interview questions, mock practice, daily preparation direction, and confidence building. This is not a fake promise of a guaranteed job. This is a structured preparation system. And when you prepare daily with the right system, your confidence and interview readiness improve. Remember this, a confused candidate prepares randomly, a serious candidate prepares role wise. If you want to become a generative AI engineer, do not just collect courses. Build skills, build proof, build explanations, build confidence. Start with one honest task today. Open Career OS, check your career compass, and prepare one skill properly. Your career clarity will not come from learning everything at once. It will come from taking one clear step every day. See you in the next video.